Hola, muy buenas a todos, bichos y bichas, aquí Nani. Y como veis, estamos de vuelta con Sherlock Holmes. Vamos a continuar, ¿vale? Con un nuevo caso, porque además le he dado a continuar para empezar a grabar ya, pues, donde saliéramos. Y es que justo aparece un vídeo. Así que nada, por lo visto empezamos un nuevo caso, no sé de qué va, porque según he visto que salía el vídeo directamente, lo he quitado, ¿vale? Para que no nos perdamos nada. Nadie. Venga, continuamos, a ver qué pasa. Y voy a bajar esto un poco porque creo que os estaba chillando mazo, ¿no? No sé. O sea, sí chillo siempre, pero... A ver si sale lo mismo. Sí, vale. Aquí corta corriendo, ahí. Escapada al campo.
As your friend and your doctor, I really do recommend that you give yourself a complete change of scene. Fresh air, brisk walks, bird watching, chopping wood.
Sounds intolerable. I mean, certainly it sounds
No le hace mucha
delightful.
gracia la idea, ¿eh?
But you haven't yet told me who your friend is. The one we're going to visit.
He is a bee lover.
A bee lover? Do you mean that he keeps bees? That must be Mrs. Hudson, bringing the warm cloth that I requested.
There is someone to see you, Mr. Holmes.
I have no time. Send whoever it is away.
Yes, Holmes, I really think we ought to leave now.
¿Quién es?
Mycroft.
Su hermano.
Sherlock.
Oh, Mr. Holmes? Perhaps you don't remember me.
Mycroft es
I'm
su
Dr.
hermano.
Watson.
De toda la vida, o sea,
We
no
met
es que sea del
at the
juego.
Diogenes Club a few years ago.
El hermano
I
de Sherlock.
documented our encounter in a short story I gave the title The Greek Interpreter.
He does remember you, Watson. My brother remembers everything, and that is why he is so valuable to the government.
We are about to depart for the train station.
I know.
You know?
Sherlock, I need your help. There are people who presently threaten both our country and the crown itself. You must help us with those methods of yours.
Need help. Those are not words I would readily associate with you, Mycroft.
Mycroft.
I wrote you a letter, but you did not reply. And this is not about politics. It's about people. People similar to those whom you pretend to defend in your petty detective affairs.
Insignificante.
Everything is about politics with you, Mycroft. I'm not interested. Have some of your agents, your spies, or worse, undertake this job of yours. You are defending your people, and they have little to do with the people I choose to help, I can assure you.
That is the point. You think exactly as they do.
Who are they?
The Merry Men. He is talking about the Merry Men, a band of idealistic terrorists.
Sherlock, do please think about it. They are planning something diabolical. Your country needs you.
You need me, Mycroft, and you are not the country. Although if your waistline expands very much further...
Mrs. Hudson, tea will not be necessary. Dr. Watson, the train conductor, Mr. Parker, is aware that you will be 7 minutes late. You are in the 4th car. The train will be waiting for you. Sherlock, enjoy your time in Staffordshire. And do, please, at least write to me on your return.
Bueno, pues acabamos de conocer a Mycroft. A ver, aquí que tenemos el fin de Peter el Negro, que ese caso ya le hemos... Esto ya el arpón empleado para matar, vale, son del caso anterior. Vale, pues venga, vámonos. Tenemos que salir a la calle. Molaría, no hemos salido todavía a la calle. A ver qué dice Watson.
Holmes, please call a cab while I pack my suitcase. We should be late for the train.
Pues no sé, vamos.
Watson, I'll hold a cab for us. We leave in 5 minutes for the
¿Cómo
station.
pedimos el carruaje? Ah, vale. Una semana después. Vamos a ver. Nuestro nuevo caso, ¿de qué trata?
What a gloomy night. It was warmer inside the waiting hall.
Since the station master told us that the train is about to arrive, we should not have to wait very much longer.
Yes, at last.
Attention! The train is arriving at the station. Please stand well away from the platform edge.
I'll take your bags and your blasted archive
Va con los
suitcase.
archivos, tío. Qué puto jefe,
Holmes,
macho.
The headlight. It's faded
Qué
away.
grande.
Something is wrong. I can't hear any sound from the incoming train.
Excuse me, sir. Can you explain what has happened?
I don't know. It's as if the train vanished into thin air.
Holmes, say something.
Quick, fetch a lantern and let us take a look.
Va con los archivos a cuestas, tío, allá donde va.
It's too dark. Only fog and rails, nothing else.
There is no use in stumbling around here at night. We will come back tomorrow.
A la mañana siguiente, temprano. Qué grande este. Qué gracioso. A ver si hay algo en el espacio de deducción ya. No hay nada. Vale, pues a ver.
Well, here we are again at Evesham Station. We have a full day ahead. Let us begin our
Que empiece
investigation.
la investigación. Examinar el escenario. Vale, a ver. Exactamente dónde. Aquí no creo que me deje ir más para allá, ¿no? No. Resolver el misterio del tren desaparecido y examinar las vías donde desapareció el tren. Vale, a ver, aquí... Ah, vale, que están aquí las vías. Vamos a ir a... Supuestamente el tren desapareció por este lado, ¿no? Vamos a ver. No sé hasta dónde me deja ir. Vale, pues nada, aquí ya no me deja. No hay nada aquí, tío, que nos llame la atención. Vamos a ver la estación, a ver qué hay aquí, tío, a ver si hay por aquí hay algo.
First of all, let us examine the area where the train disappeared.
Entonces no fue por allí, fue por aquí. Ay, me ha dado la sensación de que fue por el otro lado, ¿no? Nada, venga, pues yo qué sé, vamos a este lado, a ver. Nada, tío. Pero... A ver, si es que no me deja hacer nada. O sea, no... Ah, aquí me deja entrar. Vale, pues a ver, yo qué sé. Hola, Watson. Aquí no hay nada que así fuera de lo usual.
First of all, let us examine the area where the train
Es
disappeared.
que, vale, sí, la zona donde desapareció el tren, pero es que no sé dónde quieres ir. Ah, esta puerta la podemos abrir. Ajá, vale. Restos de un edificio. Aquí que hay.
There was a building here not so long ago.
But I don't understand, Holmes. Why would anyone destroy the shed in such a manner?
It was disassembled in great haste. It is most odd.
Es rarísimo. Vale, sí, esto ya lo hemos visto. A ver, aquí... ¡Ajá! Vamos, ahí, rodadas de vehículo. Pero... Jolín, tío.
This road should lead to the town of Evesham.
Pero di algo sobre las estas. Rodadas de carro. Pero, joder, macho, es que le estoy dando no hace nada. Pues nada, cuando quieras, Sherlock, pues nos dices algo sobre estas rodadas. Aquí, tío, pero es que rodadas de... Ahí, examina. Hostia, hasta que sale, colega.
Let's take a closer look.
Joder. Medir distancia. A ver, mide la distancia. Usar. Pues desde aquí, ¿no? Desde aquí a aquí.
The distance between the tracks is about 6 feet 7 inches.
Eso no son 2 metros, cabrón.
The vehicle would have been heavy, as these tracks are quite deep. These traces are relatively fresh and were made by a large truck loaded with materials.
Vale, ahí tenemos una pista. Hay un almacén desmantelado cerca de Evesham. Y rodadas profundas causadas por un carromato grande con un chasis de unos 2 metros de anchura que probablemente transportaba materiales. Vale, pues aquí aquí ya no hay nada más, ¿no?
What should we do next, Holmes?
Porque ahí no me deja entrar.
This road should lead to the town of Evesham.
Vale. Pues bien. Es que yo estoy súper segura de que el tren desapareció por allí, tío. O sea, a este lado.
First of all, let us examine the area where the train disappeared.
A ver, aquí, ¿qué hay? Ah, vale, es que vale, sí, lo imaginaste.
This is the place where we saw the train vanish last night. Trains can't just vanish without leaving a trace. It isn't possible. Is it,
Bueno,
Holmes?
ya se cree uno cualquier cosa. A ver, las traviesas estas.
Railway sleepers, nothing unusual.
Y esto.
A discarded item, possibly thrown from the train. There are no tracks or footprints on the ground.
¿Qué más? ¿Qué más? Aquí. Ahí, los raíles.
The rails have not been touched. There's nothing unusual here.
Vaya, resulta que ahora no hay nada raro en nada.
There are no signs to indicate that the train ran off the track, nor are there any other traces. There is nothing whatsoever. There are no clues. But then, a negative result is also a result.
Oh, I see what you're getting at. No clues and you're smiling.
Yes, Watson, I do smile on occasion. This mystery appears very promising.
Ya dice, no
This
descarriló.
investigation
A ver.
won't be simple. We shall require a map of the region.
Perhaps the station master could lend us one.
Es que de todas formas, si hubiera descarrilado, os hubierais enterado, porque descarrila un tren y el jaleo que arma, pues no es precisamente pequeño, ¿sabes? Ahí no puedo pasar, ¿no? Vale, pues vamos a ver al señor. ¿Me puede dar usted un mapa?
Good morning. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson.
Yes, I remember you. I'm Station Master Everett. You were here last night. So, you are Mr. Holmes, the
Lo voy a
great
intentar.
detective. Will you be investigating what happened?
I shall indeed.
It is extraordinary that an entire train could disappear like that. And to think of all the poor people inside it, the passengers, the driver.
Qué cosa más rara, tío. A ver este señor. Aquí, a ver, nada. Pelo cano. Insignia honorífica. Manchas de tierra. El anillo. Y una alianza. Información sobre el tren, almacén desmantelado, mapa del ferrocarril. Vale, primero a ver el
It
almacén que
appears that
dice.
there was a small warehouse near your station, and that it was disassembled. Why is that?
It was burgled overnight about 2 weeks ago. The police have already started their investigation, but I doubt that they'll find anything.
What was inside the warehouse?
Nothing of value. A few 100 feet of standby rails and some spare railway parts. But it wouldn't be easy to steal all of that. Why would anyone want to?
Información sobre el tren.
Could you please give us any details about the train?
Well, there was nothing so very special about it. At least not that I can recall. My memory's not what it used to be. However, if you need it, you can have the train composition report. It's inside my office.
Vale. Y un mapa, por favor.
I would be glad to have a detailed map of the local railway district.
But of course, please, take the one that's pinned inside the waiting hall.
Muy bien,
See
muchas
you
gracias
later,
por
my
su
good man.
colaboración, ¿eh? A ver, aquí qué hay. Aquí no hay nada. Ti, 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 ti. Telegrama.
A new telegram.
I think we should meet this Mr. Robinson.
Mensaje a todas las estaciones. El señor Robinson se encuentra en la estación de Bridlington. Y esto,
Here is the train
la
set.
composición del tren. Vale, locomotora, vagón, ta. Muy bien.
A telegraph.
A telegraph. En la sala de espera está el mapa, ¿no? Aquí.
This map will be useful.
Vale, genial. Perfecto. A ver qué dice sobre el señor. Este hombre tiene unos 60 años, lleva mucho tiempo casado, los restos de tierra en sus mangas revelan que es un apasionado de la jardinería. La insignia honorífica da fe de que lleva trabajando aquí mucho tiempo. Todo demuestra su voluntad de vivir tranquilo y en paz. La composición del tren era la siguiente. Un mapa. Y el almacén desmantelado. A lo mejor nos dice algo el hombre de la composición del tren. A ver. Vagón especial.
According to the train composition report, there was a special wagon. What does that entail?
That's a highly secure car, ordered by a private party. It is generally to carry something of value. Those wagons have iron walls, you know, without any windows. And they're fitted with a complex key lock.
That is important information. Do you know what was inside this particular wagon?
Certainly not. No, that's private. And it's not my responsibility to allot the wagons to whoever.
Bueno, pues es un detalle importante, porque puede ser que hayan querido robar el tren por lo que transportaba. Pasajeros del tren.
Was there anything exceptional about any of the passengers aboard the train?
What do you mean? Like officials? I wouldn't know. Oh, but now that you mention it, yes, there was something. There was a message from Bridlington Station saying that the train had been delayed because of an issue with the passengers. But what kind of problem that they didn't say?
That is interesting.
Estación de Bridlington.
You mentioned a problem at Bridlington Station. I should like to visit this station. Could you mark it on the local map?
Of course. It's a suburban railway station. You might take a cab there.
See you later, my good man.
Vale, pues entonces parece que podemos ir, ¿no? El jefe de la estación de Bizum recibió un mensaje que le informaba del retraso del tren debido a algunos problemas con los pasajeros de la estación de Bridlington. Pues vamos. Vamos para allá. A ver qué pasa. Tiriririti. Continue. Vale. Recabar información sobre los pasajeros que viajaban en el tren y averiguar qué se transportaba en el vagón especial. Pasajero enfadado. A ver este, ¿por qué está enfadado? ¿A este qué le pasa?
This is an absolute scandal. It's always the same with these rail companies. No respect for the customer.
Ropa de trabajo. Billete barato. Una alianza. Y piel basta. ¿Qué ha ocurrido?
Please calm down, sir. What is your concern?
Concern? What is my concern? I'll tell you what my concern
Está todo
is.
enfadado.
Last night I were on the train as usual with my colleague, heading home. Then along came this ridiculous ticket inspector who started arguing that our tickets were invalid. He made us get off the train, and he was extremely rude about it.
¿Eran pasajeros del tren desaparecido?
Were you aboard the train that vanished last night?
Yes, I heard that it disappeared, but I don't care because we would have stopped before then anyway. Our tickets were valid, and no doubt about it. And then, to top it all, the ticket inspector pushed everyone else out too, except for a bunch of rich. Well, because their type don't need a ticket.
Hostia, y si querían... El tren transportaba algo y encima había un grupo de ricachones. Ahí tenemos dos razones por las que pueden haber querido ¿cómo se dice, tío? No me sale ahora la palabra. Secuestrar el tren. Perfil de los
Can you recall
ricachones.
anything more specific about this fortunate group?
Well, yes. They were all foreigners. Spanish-looking toffs with snake eyes.
Ojos de serpiente, a ver si era Voldemort. Estaba Voldemort en el... Pregúntale, ¿estaba Voldemort en el tren? ¿Y este? Señor Robinson.
Good day to you, sir.
Good day. To whom am I speaking?
My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is...
Are you a representative of this damned railway company? Because I have a complaint.
We are not from the railway company. We are...
Well,
Joder,
in that
menudo
case,
estúpido.
Mr. Shamrock Flomes, please excuse me, but I'm not in the mood for idle chit-chat at the moment.
Este es un poco estúpido, ¿no? Vamos a ver al idiota este. Sombrero australiano. ¿Qué más? Sombrero australiano. Ropa cara. Lo iba a decir, digo. Buah, un anillo de oro ahí que flipas. Piel de cocodrilo. Señor Robinson.
You must be Mr. Robinson, is that correct?
Yes?
I am leading the investigation of the disappearing train. It would help if you could answer my questions.
Ah, well, all right. I have nothing to hide.
Vagón especial, a ver si
I
sabe
presume
algo.
it was you who placed the order for the special wagon.
Yes.
Era suyo.
It was to transport my valuable prototype safely to London. My prototype is a revolutionary device. It is capable of producing electricity. I'm a businessman and an engineer. I had already found several potential customers for my invention. But I was very optimistic about the directors' board who were travelling on the train last night.
Directivos, valor del prototipo. Iba usted en el tren. A ver, ¿qué dice de los directivos?
You mentioned a director's board. Which company do they own?
The Chilean Barcazas Company. I had made an appointment with them. Now they are lost, along with the train and my prototype.
What do you know about the Barcazas Company?
It's a large South American company. They showed a great deal of interest in my prototype, and they seemed wealthy enough to do business with.
Yo creo que este en el tren no iba, ¿no? A ver, primero vamos a preguntarle por el prototipo. A ver cuánto
This
costaba.
revolutionary machine of yours, was it very valuable?
For God's sake, sir, it is priceless. It could change the world we live in, and yet
Sí, se
I
te
was
ve,
selling
hijo.
it for almost nothing.
Se te ve de un
I am
humano.
a humanitarian, you see. I do not know if I will ever be able to get over this disaster. I cannot believe that it disappeared with that damn train.
¿Iba usted en el tren? Yo creo que este
Mr.
no iba en el
Robinson,
tren.
could you please clarify? Were you traveling alongside your prototype?
Yes, I was.
Ah, pues
But
sí.
I had to step off the train. And all because of this
O sea,
stupid
que este se
station
apeó
master.
también.
I received a telegram declaring that an important person, a Mr. Bromsby, wished to see you in the waiting room. I merely informed you of this.
Mr. Bromsby is a wealthy gentleman. His interest in my invention was truly unexpected. So yes, of course, I agreed to see him. Unfortunately, he wasn't there. I thought perhaps he might have been delayed, so I chose to wait a while. But despite my requests, the train left the station without me. Absolutely
¿Y qué culpa
unacceptable.
tiene el pobre chaval, tío?
The timetable is strict. We cannot wait any longer. The regulations require the train to be on time.
You are an idiot. You will pay for it. I will sue you.
Menudo un gilipollas el
The
Robinson
ticket
este de la
inspector
polla, tío.
forced all the passengers from the train, except for the directors of the Barcazas Chilean Company.
Menudo gilipollas que está hecho. Vamos a ver al chavalillo este, a ver, porque, oye, me ha dado pena, pero nunca se sabe. Puede tener algo que ver. Aquí hay algo. Ahí hay...
The insurance policy for Robinson's machine. A significant sum.
Seguro contratado por Thomas L. Robinson para su prototipo generador autónomo de electricidad. Esta póliza cubre parcialmente la pérdida del prototipo hasta el 50% de su valor. Cuantía máxima asegurada. 15.000 libras, duración de la póliza, un año ampliable. Espera, ¿qué más?
A telegraph.
A Telegraph. Ahora te voy a ver a ti, que a lo mejor no vaya a ser que tengas algo que ver, que has echado a todo el mundo del tren. Pero vamos, que el Robinson me ha caído de culo.
Good day to you, gentlemen. How may I help you?
Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I am investigating the unfortunate disappearance of last night's train.
I see. I'm Station Master Bertram, but my supervisor has not informed me about this. I do not know if...
Do not worry. I have only a few questions.
Problemas con los pasajeros.
Station Master Everett from Evesham. told us that you reported a problem with some passengers last night.
Indeed. This train is a regular line for those who work at Nottingham. But yesterday, everyone was asked to get off the train here at my station. I've no idea why, and it delayed the train. But the worst of it is that now I have to deal with 2 furious passengers who are complaining about the company's service. They stayed here the whole night, but people do not usually pay much attention to the regulations, you see. There are very strict and clear rules. Paragraph 234 of Article 2G-43 states that in the event of a complaint, you must...
Yes, thank you. I understand.
Cállate ya un puto mes. A ver. Joven. Ropa limpia. Instrucciones. Uy, esas manos. Manchas de tinta. ¿Ocurrió anoche algo inusual?
Apart from the passengers disembarking, did you notice anything else that was unusual last night?
I did. And I mentioned it in my report to our higher management on the matter.
What was it?
Sorry, but I can't tell you. The station master's reports are confidential.
Confidential, you say? How long have you been working?
I've worked here long enough to be quite capable of managing a railway station.
Póliza de seguro. Jefe de estación novato.
Let me speak frankly, Mr. Bertram. Your age and your lack of confidence in your position are quite apparent. You cannot deny that you have only recently completed your studies.
No le engañas a Sherlock.
I was at the top of my class.
Listen here, young man. I am aware that you wish to protect yourself behind all these regulations, but I represent the law.
And you are obstructing the investigation of an important case. I would suggest that you cooperate with Mr. Holmes. Think of your career.
Ah, that is... Well, I'll tell you everything.
Mejor, sí.
First of all, I scolded the ticket inspector, for it was he who asked the passengers to leave the train. It was not his right to do so. He was very rude. And then, later on, I received a most peculiar telegram from my colleague at Chesterfield Station, the next stop along the line.
Mensaje extraño.
What did the telegram say?
Well, that was the peculiar thing. It was almost unreadable. It was full of errors and awfully vague. It was hard to understand if the train had correctly passed that station or not. You can read it for yourself.
We ought to visit Chesterfield Station. We need to confirm if the station master saw the train or not.
Estación Chesterfield. A ver, que tenemos ya cosillas aquí para hacer. A ver. El informe del jefe de la estación de Chesterfield sobre el tren desaparecido estaba plagado de errores y era casi ilegible. Es difícil entender si confirmó que el tren pasó por su estación o no. Vale, a ver, ¿qué tenemos ya por aquí? Que tenemos mazo de mierda. Vamos a ver. Vía robada. Telegrama de los chilenos. Vagón especial sin rastro del tren. El tren desapareció con gente. Y a ver. Sin rastro del tren, ¿no? Algo tenía que ser. A ver. Accidente. Los chilenos permanecieron en el tren por casualidad. El conductor no los vio. Los directivos de la compañía chilena Barcazas fueron abandonados en el tren intencionadamente. El revisor obligó a apearse a todos los pasajeros, menos a los chilenos. De momento no voy a elegir nada. Ay, pero había más cosas, espera. De momento eso se va a quedar así. Mostrar pruebas, por favor. A ver, vagón especial. Y sin rastro. A ver, el tren desaparece. El 3 desaparecido lleva un vagón especial por peticiones. Puede que contuviera algo de mucha importancia. Sin rastro del tren. El tren lisa y llanamente desapareció. No hay evidencias. Esto, no. El cobertizo de almacenamiento cercano contenía pistas. Tampoco. Y con el telegrama. Pues sí, el tren desaparecido. ¿Vagón especial? No, tampoco. Vale, pues nada. Y el telegrama y sin rastro del tren. Joder. A mí es que hay cosas que me cuadran, pero luego me ponen rojo y no. Vía robada sin rastro del tren. Tampoco. Vale, pues nada, esto de momento no podemos hacer nada. Y con esto es que no sé, que... No sé si accidente o chilenos abandonados. De momento voy a poner ese. De momento, que luego esto pues puede ir cambiando la historia. Y nada, lo vamos a dejar aquí, ¿vale? Espero que os esté gustando este Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishment. Y nada, pues eso, si os gusta, dejadme un like, ¿vale? Y comentarios, lo que queráis, suelo estar atenta. Y nada, y recordaros que si os gusta, si os apetece, sin ninguna obligación, pues ya sabéis que tengo Bizum y PayPal, ¿vale? Por si queréis donar o lo que sea porque os gusten los vídeos y que queremos que sigas haciendo esto, Nani. Y nada, lo dicho, que espero que os haya gustado, ¿vale? Y nos vemos en el próximo vídeo, tíos. Chao, chao.